What if I told you that a soldier from colonial Ceylon, today's Sri Lanka, who once fought in the trenches of the First World War, later emerged as a pioneering voice against racism in early 20th century Britain? And what if this same man, born into a devout Muslim Malay family, became one of Britain's most respected Christian Methodist ministers and founded a sanctuary for the forgotten and marginalized in London's East End? His contributions were so profound that today a road in London is named in his honor. His name was Kamal Arthur Chunchi, a cricketer, soldier, missionary and tireless advocate for justice, and yet his story remains largely untold and forgotten in Sri Lanka. Born on June 4, 1886 in the lush hill town of Kandy, Kamal Arthur Chunchi was the eldest of 9 children in a prominent Muslim family of Malay descent. His forebears were once royals and soldiers from the Dutch East Indies, present-day Indonesia, who had made Ceylon their home during the Dutch colonial period. If you're curious to learn more about the Malays of Sri Lanka, especially the rich history and enduring influence of their cuisine, please attend my upcoming lecture, which is free on Friday, 20th of June at 6:30 p.m. at the Sri Lanka Malay Association in Colombo 2. For further details, kindly refer to the description box below. Anyway, talking about the life of Kamal Chunchi, he was raised in a devout Muslim household and he was educated at Kingswood College, Kandy, one of the most esteemed schools in Ceylon, where he excelled both in his studies and on the cricket field. It was at Kingswood that a fateful encounter with Reverend Walter J. Noble, a Methodist missionary, planted the seeds of spiritual transformation. But Chunchi's path would take many turns before those seeds bore fruit. Initially serving in the colonial police force, Chunchi volunteered for military service during World War I, driven by a sense of duty to crown and country. He sailed to Britain and enlisted in the 3rd Middlesex Regiment, a unit that, while composed mostly of public school boys and university graduates, made rare exceptions for men like him. Though offered a commission rare for black and Asian soldiers, Chunchi chose to serve as a private, standing shoulder to shoulder with the men he had trained alongside. By 1917, he had risen to the rank of sergeant, serving active duty in France, Italy and Greece among the estimated 28,500 South Asians who served in the trenches. After being wounded in battle, he was sent to Malta to recover, a journey that marked a profound personal transformation. There, to the dismay of his family, he converted to Christianity. His father disowned him, striking his name from the family's Quran. Chunchi never returned home. Instead, he arrived in London on March 6, 1918, where he found love and solidarity in Mabel Tappan, a fellow war service member. They married in 1920 and had a daughter, Muriel. By 1921, Chunchi was working as a missionary with the Wesleyan Methodist Missionary Society, ministering to the African, Caribbean, Asian, and Chinese sailors who populated the East End's docks. Fluent in English, Tamil, Sinhalese, and Malay, Chunchi became a vital figure in communities battered by post-war poverty and racial exclusion. The racism he encountered shocked him. Having fought for the empire, he found himself a stranger in the land he had defended. Yet instead of turning away, he leaned in, visiting the sick, comforting the poor, preaching to sailors in their lodgings, ships and hospitals, and advocating for the overlooked and dispossessed. In 1923, in a rented hall in Swanscombe Street, he founded the first black Wesleyan Methodist church in the Docklands. Then in 1926, he established what would become his life's crowning achievement, the Coloured Men's Institute in Tidal Basin Road, Canning Town. This sanctuary offered not just spiritual support, but food, shelter and solidarity to the forgotten, multiracial communities of East London. For 4 years, Chunchi kept Coloured Men's Institute alive through relentless fundraising, crisscrossing Britain to speak at Methodist gatherings. His message was simple yet revolutionary. Christianity and racism cannot coexist. He was unafraid to expose the hypocrisy of Christian England that failed its own ideals. But not all were supportive. Some black activists accused him of patronizing the very communities he sought to uplift. Others, including the Methodist Mission House, criticized his management style. In 1930, the CMI building was demolished for road widening. Despite his efforts, a new center never materialized. Undeterred, Chunchi continued his mission from his own home and a borrowed space in the Presbyterian Church on Victoria Dock Road. Throughout the 1930s and 40s, he remained active. He joined the Royal Empire Society, served as vice president of the League of Coloured Peoples, played cricket for Essex, and even became a volunteer firefighter during World War II. In 1943, he attended meetings at Swaraj House, a hub for anti-colonial thinkers. On June 28, 1953, Kamal Chunchi passed away after a heart attack. He is buried at Hither Green Cemetery, and years later, the city he once fought for finally honored him. In a rare tribute to a South Asian figure, New City Hall Road in London's Royal Docks was rechristened Kamal Chunchi Way, a fitting memorial for a man who gave his life to healing racial wounds and building bridges of faith, hope, and justice. To learn more about this remarkable trailblazer, please explore the recommended readings, sources, and image credits in the description box below. And if this story moved you, and if you would like to uncover more forgotten chapters of history, feel free to reach out at tuanzamirwrites@gmail.com or follow me on social media. Until next time, this is me, Zamir Karim, signing off, uncovering history one story at a time. Stay curious, stay inspired, and never forget those who walked first so others could follow. Take care and God bless you all.